New Nigeria Direct says federal government doubles first tranche of basic healthcare fund to 50 billion naira. Resumes payment of 25,000 palliative to 12 million households. Tinubu arrives Lagos today for commissioning of the Lagos Rail Red Line. Harvard to spotlight to the Illuminati Foundation as case study in curriculum. Oronsaye report federal government allays fear of job losses. Dollar crashes by 6.45% to 1,450 on the parallel market. That seems to be some good news there. NCC commits to local content development in telecoms. That's in the Nigerian News Direct this morning. Now let's move to Salient Times. Hardship coalition of Ogun youths present 11-point roadmap to Tinubu, faults Abiodun's palliative measures. Police arrest suspected killers of female corps members in Benue State. Ogun judicial workers suspend strike after meeting with the government. Man allegedly killed his wife with poison in order to inherit a property. 100 patients benefit from Ogun free surgical intervention program in 2 days. Man sentenced to life imprisonment for raping 19-year-old grandmother. That's in the Salient Times newspaper this morning. We move now to the First News newspaper. Forex volatility. Federal government clamps down on crypto firm Binance. Arrest visiting executives. Suspects detained. Passport seized by office of an NSA. Their economic saboteurs. They've hijacked CBN's role, says presidency. NCC orders MTN, Glow, others to block SIMs without NIN. Wigwe's City of David Parish missing as family releases burial plans. Economic hardship. I feel your pains. I take full responsibility. Tinubu tells Nigerians. And of course, Ghana passes anti-gay law. That's in First News newspaper this morning. Moving on to The Guardian. Nigeria spends about 50% of all earnings on production cost. NNPC alone spent over 267.98 billion on securing its assets in 16 months, which means the entire industry could be spending about 1 trillion naira on insecurity in the period. Federal government recruits 2,497 medical professionals to address brain drain. How federal government threatened, intimidated us to suspend nationwide protest by Ajero. Interest rate hike takes a toll on stock markets as investors lose 1.4 trillion naira. Pro panel on Buhari's government, a 30 trillion naira loan sits next week to summon CBN officials. That's in The Guardian this morning. The Punch newspaper is saying here, SIM NIN linkage. NCC rules out extension. Telcos bar 12 million lines. MTN, Airtel, others vow to enforce NCC order by midnight of Wednesday. Ashaba envoys, others commend Punch at photo exhibition. I take full responsibility. Nigeria will recover, says Tinubu. Subsidy removal, petrol import crashes by 990 million litres monthly. Sri Lanka delivers Punch 50th anniversary lecture today. That's in the Punch newspaper this morning. The Platform Times says here, JAM registrar calls for tough measures against social media abuse. Ogun Deputy Governor, ex-UK envoy harp on competency and social media usage. MTN network outage blamed on fiber cuts. Akeredolu wants a fearless fighter. Tinubu pays condolence visit to widow. Tinubu assures Nigerians we will overcome economic challenges. Reps probe multi-choice over alleged 1.8 trillion naira unremitted tax. Businessmen arraigned for obstructing NAFDAC officials in Crusader medicated soap case. That's in Platform Times this morning. And finally, from my end, Business Day, Airpeace slashes Lagos to London route fare by 66%. That's in Business Day this morning. Invalid NIN puts bank withdrawals at risk. And that's it on the Business Day newspaper this morning.
All right, Theophilus, so much to ponder on, so much information to digest in the papers this morning. And of course, the big story that features prominently in the several papers we have looked at this morning is still on the reactions following the presidency's latest announcement that it will implement the Oronsaye report. It's a 12-year-old report. It spanned from the Jonathan administration into the Buhari administration, but didn't get to see the light of day in terms of implementation. Now, from what we are seeing, from what we are hearing, another committee has been set up by the incumbent administration, of course, led by President Bola Tinubu, and they've been given a mandate to work out the modalities on a smooth implementation of this report. It is still insisting that there will be no job losses, but in the wake of the nationwide protest embarked upon by the labor sector earlier in the week, it's also a talking point for them, and they are maintaining their stance that they will kick against any job loss. And according to them, there will be massive job losses. There's also, there's been a back and forth. The government is still saying it will make sure that no one is deprived of his job. In the meantime, according to Vanguard, NLC is saying it has asked its affiliates to furnish it with implications of this implementation on its members. The Trade Union Congress, also another influential labor group, has set up a 3-member committee to monitor the process. And there are also some other reactions this time around from SANO, the Senior Staff Association of Universities in Nigeria, saying rather than implement the Oronsaye report, why don't we scrap the Senate, and that we do not need a bicameral legislature, right? But Peter Obi, interestingly, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has welcomed this development, but urges that the implementation shouldn't be done in a hurry, as well as giving some more advice. And he also says that the fact that he is in opposition doesn't warrant blind, unconstructive criticism.